Alright, on this tutorial I'm going to show you how to pull terrain in from an FS15 map to an FS17. Sorry, my tongue's working very well this morning. Unfortunately, you can't just pull maps over yet. I've tried. If you do it, it's going to give you some errors. It's going to tell you to go to a page that doesn't exist. So I'm going to show you. It's a bit of a process. Once again, I learned from DodgeNet. So check out my links to him either on my Twitch or my Google Links page. First off, we're going to have to go to Giants Developer Network. I think this is accessible, a link, through your data files. But you're going to have to, I think it's in here, if you go to the panel. Yeah, right here is a Giants Developer Network. If you click on that, it's going to take you to this link. But you're going to have to log in. So if you don't have a profile already, make sure you make one. And good luck. Best thing I can say is make sure you write down your password, because you're probably going to have me email it to you, because it's a bogus password. I cannot figure out how to change it. So anyway, there's the whole spiel on that. But if you go to downloads, you're going to want the GRLE converter right here. Don't download that guy. Pretty sure that's the one I'm using. I already have it on my computer. I'm not going to re-download it. I think you guys can probably figure that stuff out. But yeah, here it is, GRLE converter 7.00, and I think the only version is the 132 version. And you're going to pull stuff into here. It's going to have a few other files, but these are the most important ones. The simple way to explain how to use this guy is you just actually right click on them, edit with a notepad, and you're going to put your file in here that is a GRLE, and it's going to put it into a PNG file. And once the editor opens it up, it's going to convert it back to a, let's go in and show you where these files are. So let's go to the mod, or we're doing a sample. See, I'm all messed up because I'm doing a different map, for example here. Here's your map, there's maps, map 01. Here's all them important files. So what I'm going to show you is where to look at these, and there's a little bit of guessing in this game. But it has worked for me, because like I said, I'm in the process of getting Westbridge into FS17. It's a little bit of a lengthy process because I couldn't copy the buildings. But we're going to go to FS15 data, maps, and I'm pretty sure Westbridge is map 02. Because if you go to the PDA, there you go. And I suggest as well, I haven't put on a video yet, but paint.net. You're going to want paint.net, you're going to want the DDS plugin to be able to start saving some of these files if you need to. And I think I actually have to do a little bit of editing as well to cause less issues. But you're going to want this folder. What I suggest again, morning there, Grabby. Trying to do that tutorial I was going to start on yesterday, because I found out that in the new update they kind of forgot some scripting. They left some strings out on some things. So what I suggest, back to this, is I would just copy this folder out to your desktop. Don't move, copy, so you don't mess it up. So once again, it's your sample mod map on your right. This is the Westbridge stuff on your left. And I'm going to go back to list. So let's take care of this easy stuff. And this is why I say copy, don't go right out of your directory, because I'm going to actually rename this stuff to match what's already over here. Makes it simple. So beach sand. There is no beach sand over here, and I don't see anything that would resemble sand. There's a map, asphalt, cobblestone. I think what I did is I did cobblestone, I did gravel. Oh, there's a gravel. So let me look a little bit. Maybe we can do some, because if you open it up, it's basically just a layer of where some beach sand is. Cobblestone. asphalt, I do believe. Didn't pull over, it's concrete. Cobblestone. There's already a gravel. Maybe we can pull in. Haven't tried that. Maybe we can bring in cobblestone for beach sand. That'd be too simple. I didn't do that before. Mountain rock is rock. So yeah, let's do that. I don't see any issues why, because there's not a, obviously not a cobblestone. There's a pig mud. So let's see what happens when we do that. I haven't done that one yet. I think what I did is I actually just blanked this one out. So let's just copy this guy. Copy. Paste. We're going to take him and we're going to move it. Move and replace. Well, the reason I move it is because then we're going to know what we have left, not to mess with. Concrete. Once again, I don't see a concrete over here, and I don't see an asphalt, so we're just going to assume that it's looking for asphalt. We're going to copy that name. I'm going to come over here. Paste. Once again, we're going to move this guy over here. Move and replace. Now here is a very important file as well. I couldn't really, oh, I think I have an idea. This might actually be the terrain height. To give you an idea what stuff is, I guess. So American map underscore dim. So we're going to look for a similar file. Where you at? Where you at? Come on. Here we go. Map 01 dim. So we're going to copy that name. In fact, if you open it up, this is the best way you can kind of tell. See how it looks similar? So we're going to copy that name. Copy. And come over here. Paste. Well, interesting. Did I already do? Oh boy. I think I already did it, not paying attention. Let's look at these two files together. What's that? Oh, you know what? This is DiGiorno. No, it's not. I must have already done this or copied this in on accident. Too funny. Not really, but too funny. So either already did this bullshitting. Either way, map 01 dim. We're going to copy it over. Or move it over, I'm sorry. Apologize for that mess. I'm going to... I don't think there's another dim file, so I'm going to delete this so we're not screwed up. Sorry about that. Okay, now we're at dirt weight. And here we go, rough dirt weight. So we're going to copy this guy. Paste. Move. We're getting there. Forest ground weight. This would probably, if you're going to try to pull in Bjornholm, but being there's not really any forest to speak of in Westbridge, what I do on this one, this is what I was talking about before on winningpaint.net, is I actually open this up and I do the simple little trick of doing shapes. I do draw filled shape, and where's the color? As you can see, there's a lot of black out here, so make sure black is selected. And we are simply going to black out this file. We're going to hit File, Save. I'll leave this all alone. OK. Close it out. So that one's taken care of. And we have grass weight. We have that one. It's the same name, so that's a simple one. Pull him on over. Move and replace. What I do is once it moves like that, I'm gonna hit refresh. Refresh. There's grass flowers. That one is a new folder, and this one's cool because I'm gonna show you something. There's a little American flag on this one. You can move it anywhere on your map, actually. In fact, there's all this mud. What I did on the map I was doing is I actually did that. I moved it over. I have a grass field. But it's actually going to texture your grass to look like a flag as much as it can. It's going to take all these colors and do that with it. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to mess with that file. Class flowers mask. I don't know what that is. It must have to do with just the flowers itself. Gravel weight. We have the same file, so we're going to move it over. Move and replace. We're going to refresh. Gravel weight. There's where you get into your GRLEs. We're going to talk about that later. Actually, there is a GRLE already. Info layer GRLE. I didn't think that was over there yet, but I thought I actually did a. Well, let's just do that. Let's just move him over. I did it a different way. I might mess this up. Refresh. As you can see, the cultivator turns into a GMD. Alright, so info there. Now here's the one that we already did. Something tells me I might have messed that one up because I don't know why I did it first. Oh well. Here's the mountain rock. I'm going to copy him. Paste. Move here. Move and replace. Refresh. Pig mud weight. Here's another one. Might not be a big issue, but you can see there's all kinds of stuff around here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm gonna blank that out. Oops. Shapes. Draw field shape. Probably wouldn't have to. The problem is you're only allowed 4 textures per grid, so we're gonna do it the safe way. Save. Hit OK. Close. Now there's a rough dirt. I think that's the one we already switched as well. How did it get out of whack here? Must have started going backwards, man. I apologize. Town grass weight. You're going to want to go in and get rid of that stuff as well because it's going to cause some issues. I had some issues on my other map. Oh, I'm losing it, man. He's gone. Save. Okay. Alright, I think that's it. I think all these guys I gave a different name for or blacked out. Now we just have the map preview. And this is where I wonder if I messed up. There's a PDA. I don't see a PDA in here. Oh, because it's up a map, it's in a different location, that's right. So there's the map. Okay, so I just went up a folder, sorry about that. There's maps, map 01, there is no reference to those files there, so we're just going to go up a map. Here's map 01 preview, and the cool thing about that is if you want to use the same folder or same picture, same thing, you can just copy this, paste, and move it on over, move and replace, PDA, simple as, I think it's actually the same name, so you can move it over too. So now you're actually going to have the right PDA when you open your map as well. Alright, now all you have left are these two files that I had you download that program for. It seems like a half hour ago now. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this out. We're going to bring open the, actually I want to leave that open, sorry. Sample apps, map 01. We're just going to move it out of the way for now. We're going to bring open the converter, and we are going to once again move these files over here. We're now done with that folder, and we're going to just simply edit with Notepad. We're going to copy this file name. We're going to paste it in here because it's a GRLE and we want to turn it into a PNG. Paste, hit save, and then all you have to do is actually double click that program, and ta-da, you have a PNG version of the cultivator. We're going to delete the old one, yes, and we're going to take the fruit, copy, oops, copy, paste, paste, save, run that again, and you have a fruit density. We're going to delete, yes, get rid of that program. We're going to pull back over our map 01. We're just going to take these guys and we're going to move them in. And what you need to do is you need to get rid of the old cultivator GMD, yes, and get rid of the fruit density GM, delete, yes. Now, the other issue, you have some other GMD files here, and what I suggest is, being we already talked about the forest, I'm going to take a file that I blanked out. I think it was pig mud. I'm going to copy it, copy here. I'm going to copy this name, and I'm actually going to delete that file. Where's the copy at? And I'm going to put the new name in here. Oops. Paste. So now we have a PNG for the forest dark. It's going to recreate it as a blank file. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you see the cultivator density, it's basically the same. It's going to show all your fields. That's what it's doing. Let's close that. Okay, we copied that guy over. This is another thing that I might talk about another. I think this is the actual, it's where if you dump actual material into the game. And there's a town deco grass. I do know I don't want to mess with these. These are new things. It's not going to be an issue. I do know I want to take this guy, so once again it was pig mud. Copy here. We're going to copy the name, delete, yes, and I'm having trouble with this mouse. Paste it in. So knock on wood, unless that info layer, I did it different last time. I might have messed that guy up, but we're gonna go ahead and back out of here. We should be done messing with the files. Close. Cross our fingers because I'm doing a tutorial live, and you know how that goes. It always messes up. Oops. That's my other map. Sample, sample, maps, map 01, cross my fingers. Sure we don't get any errors, and we did get an error actually. Yeah, tall grass stuff. Well, actually, you know what? I think I know how to fix that as well. But now, as you can see, we have some stuff sticking out of the ground. But basically, you have all the gold crest stuff inside of a terrain that looks pretty much like Westbridge. All the fields are there. So basically, and depending on what you want to do, I would keep in what you want, but first thing I did is I got rid of all the trees and stuff. And you can just go around, and it just beats having to paint all the terrain in. Let's go ahead and save this. Hopefully it'll get rid of these errors. I think it's transferring it over, that's why, but let's close it out. Open it back up. There we go. Okay, yeah, I was panicking for nothing. No more errors. So there you go. That is how you pull your terrain in. And yeah, once again, you can get rid of these mountains and stuff if you don't want them back there. And you just go through, take what you want, leave what you want, and like I said, I basically just went through and deleted all the things I didn't want. Like I'm keeping the terrain in for now, but obviously some of these buildings aren't going to work because it's set up for having like water or a dam, and you can actually reuse like your water paint and stuff like that. But that is how you pull your terrain in. Now you just have to mess with all the actual objects. Like I said, you can get rid of the distance objects, so it gets rid of that. You got map boundaries. Actually, you could probably keep them. Yeah, you could actually, cause it's a 1x1 map, I'm assuming. So you could keep your map boundaries, and you could keep your what did I just see? Your collectible gold nuggets. You could go around and move them around. But yeah, I kind of went through, and what I'm doing is I basically went to the town and I just wiped the town out and made it a forest, because on this map there's really no reason to have a town. I mean, if you want to have it, cool. If you don't. Roads, you can utilize them if you want, or get rid of them. And I'll give you an idea here where I'm at. Get out of that guy. West. Oops. Remember where my own file is. Westbridge. Maps. Map 01. Here's where we are for now. Kind of went in and started putting some buildings at the farm. I'm not getting real crazy with it. I just want to basically utilize the fields. I like it because of the fields, and I went over to town and put a bunch of ugly trees. I'm not getting too creative. I just want to. I like the layout of the map, so I still have some buildings on the outside. Not a big deal. So that is how you pull your terrain in. The fields are another thing on FS17. Everything's done. In fact, the cool thing about this, I can show you, is this. It pulls dimensions right in as long as you actually go in and do your field dimensions. And what you can actually do if you want is you can actually go in maps to map 02 in 2015. Make sure you open up the right editor. You can actually go to your fields and export. That way it has all the dimensions. You're not going to want to keep the full, because the map field by trigger has a lot more on it. Kind of show you. And those of you who've been watching me do this, you'll know, because I took a few days doing that anyway. But what I ended up doing is I actually imported them fields as an object, and then I utilized, let's see, fields, because now they've got more information mainly over here. Let's go window, user attributes. It has field angle, field area, and everything. You don't have to put a price, it's all in there, whereas 2015, if you go to the field, it just has an area and a field price. So that's what I did. It was easier for me just to actually export this. I just went to fields, file, export all, or export selection with files, and I make sure I put it in a spot in my actual map folder. Then I went file, import, and then import of the fields. It'll pop in down below, and then I just basically took the dimensions and brought them in. I think actually might have even done a find and replace, or I'm sorry, an actual replace. The easiest way is to actually just copy paste and delete the old ones, and then you can actually still reference down below. You can actually go to your field. Morning, J-Dog. You can put in the field area. This is what farmer pops up on the missions, and to show you that as well. And to prove the PDA went in, let's go to run our sample to show you that we got the new PDA in, and it should actually have a new preview now as well. If you go to career, easy. See, now you have the sample mod map one with the actual West Bridge. See how I said this is why you make new stuff, because you can tell, man, the graphics on the 15 compared to the 17 is no comparison. Continue. Start. Let's see if we have any errors. Don't seem to have any. But yeah, if I put in the old buildings, man, it's a mess. And as you can see, it's all out of whack. You got water planes and in the middle of the ground. The train's in the ground, and you can actually start driving it. But like I said, you can move everything. And this is what I'm talking about with the fields. See what's going on is it has missions. But it's not a big deal. All the terrain's here once you do all your trees and everything. But as you can see, the PDA is correct. It's just going to have a bunch of numbers all over the place until you fix it. And trust me, it's not that hard. Let's see what field number is this. This looks like it actually is 15 on the mission, but like I said, all you have to do is go in and change them, and all these fields are going to be right. Because what's happened is this one over here is going to be field 16 is an actual mission. So I don't know, it looks really messed up right now, but it's very simple. It's just a process of fixing it. Because all you have to do is come in here. If we actually go, I can show you quick. And go fields, file, export selection with files. We're going to look for where I have it, which is here, sample. What I actually do is I go into maps, because of the whole export out thing. I hit new folder, we're going to put import, and we're going to call it fields. Whoops. And make sure that, well, I don't have console down here. Window, reset window layout, no errors. Close that guy out. Close him out. 17. Sample. And go file, import. It's in the right folder, so fields. And it's going to give you some weird stuff because of the fields. But you're not going to utilize it anyway. So, but yeah, what I did, I utilized the field file because, like I said, it has all the extra information there. But all I actually did was went to field 01. I went to the dimensions. I had Control X, field 01, Control V, and then I went up, deleted the old dimension, like so. The cool thing about this is, scroll back up. We go, actually, I want the map indicator as well. Control X, Control V. Cool thing about this is, as soon as I hit F to zoom in, looky there, it is field number 1. So to prove this, let's do 16 because it's one that's like right. I'm going to pull this and this, Control X, Control V, get rid of these guys, delete. I'm going to get rid of everything but field 1 and field 16, that way it'll show that all that stuff isn't going to be in the way anymore. Delete. Delete. And for the field by trigger, I think, oops, I deleted the wrong ones, sorry. I think the only difference on the field by trigger is there's a light. I don't know the purpose of the light, but you could probably even copy the by triggers in, but all you have to do to get your missions to work right, so that's like stuck up in the middle of the air, is you just come over here and you do the interactive placement, which, if I remember right, I don't think it shows it up here, but no, I don't know how to do that, Grabby, on the recent news, but we're going to hit Control B. We're just going to place that guy, interactive placement. I'm going to zoom into it. Let's go ahead and pull out of the grass a little bit. Then you want to spin the blue arrow towards the field. So to 90 degree, because that way your equipment's going to spawn there. And we're going to go to map indicator on 16. And we're going to back off. Field by trigger, Control B, for interactive placement. Put him there. Once again, we're going to, oops, come on. Spin the blue, -90. And we're going to hit save. In fact, I need to get rid of all the old fields or it's going to cause an issue as well. Sorry, my dog's snoring in the background. I'm getting that shader. Say I haven't been getting that shader here either. Let's see if that pops up this time. Being I get rid of all them fields. Okay. Real cool. You're going to want to get rid of the old field stuff because it's going to have some shader issues by the looks of it. It's probably the icons. So don't, that's the other reason don't save that field icon, because of the shader issue. So let's go ahead and go into the map. And you'll see that all that junk in the middle of the field is going to be gone. You're just going to have 16 and 1. But get the actual game up. Really? Easy? This guy? Continue and start. And now, let's go over to 16, which is still showing field 2 like I can do it on. Oh, I know why, because there's only 2. Oh, I got it. It's named 16, but it's really 2. There's only 2 fields. But as you can see, you don't have a bunch of stuff growing in the middle of the field now, and it's actually field 16, so you can actually jump out. The cool thing about this, you can actually do a mission. It's pointing in the right direction. So there you go, guys. It's gonna do it for now. There's some more advanced stuff that I'm not gonna mess with unless I'm asked. But like I said, you can actually, if you start a map, you don't even have to paint your field. And you can utilize the editor to do that in a certain way. You can actually have all grass. Basically, just buy the field, save it, and copy the files back into your map folder. I'll probably get some errors because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be deleted. The tour icons and all that stuff are out there. So that stuff you have to kind of work through. I showed you how to find the errors. Like I said, right now I have an error-free map, so not too hard to do. Once again, you can go up to field 1, 2, desert. Oh, I got the damn icon too far on the ground. Believe it or not, I did all the field and had no issues. I'm not sure why it popped me over there. Yeah, so it must have I must have pulled out. I had it separated out. But yeah, you can see there's traffic in here, everything else. But like I said, this is about getting the terrain over. It wasn't about editing the map itself. So I'm gonna quit this one. I might do another tutorial. I'm gonna get back to my map today, but we can start getting into how to get all the fields in the right place, how to place them. And like I said, you can actually auto paint. This is a cool thing about with the missions. You can actually utilize the missions to auto paint the dirt right on your location of your fields. But until next time, man, I hope you guys learn anything from this. I know I didn't finish this up. That got a little wacky, but at least showed you how to get the terrains over. That way you don't have to paint in all the rock, all the grass and everything. Alright, we'll be right back on just my regular stream of messing with my map. See you in a bit.